I never imagined that when I started playing this game that it would emotionally confront me and force me to confront my own emotions. Since playing this game, I've been thinking about things that I've never thought about before. Perspective, identity, the very fabric of what I may call reality, and its plausibility. I've definitely been touched by this game in a way that I don't fully understand yet. My family and friends have asked me to stop playing the game. But I can't. I can't because this is one of those things that I have to see through. I've invested a lot of myself into this. I've put a lot of myself into this. I've opened myself up and I've made myself quite vulnerable. And that's kind of empowering for me. This game has shown me things about my city that I didn't even know, or I would have never even thought about. I've always heard that Birmingham was the magic city, but I never thought about if there were opposing forces of good and bad magic, or light and dark magic. Where I am now is the game has sent me a ghost light and a location, and they want me to go to a place called Legion Field. Legion Field is a football stadium here in Birmingham. It's built on top of a graveyard, and one of the people buried in the graveyard was a lawyer named Alistair King III, and that's the spirit that we're going to contact with. He's going to give me some kind of clue. So, we've never made a ghost hunting video on this channel before, but I guess there's a first time for everything. So, tonight, we go to Legion Field. I actually went to the Birmingham Public Library and checked it out. Yeah, bodies are still under there. So I packed up my camera gear and headed out to ghost hunt at Legion Field. I arrived in Legion Field and it seemed very normal, like non-haunted. The actual stadium isn't built on top of a graveyard. The graveyard is a little bit further west. It's now covered up by a soccer field that used to be called McClendon Park. I don't know. Do you think putting a parking lot over the graves of hundreds of dead people is okay? Could something like that maybe anger the spirits? I waited until it was dark. That's when things started to feel a little spooky. Now, I grew up in the hood, so it wasn't city sounds that scared me. It had something to do with the darkness, and the rain, and the thunder. And I was all alone. But I didn't plan it that way. I did ask a few of my filmmaking friends to come along with me on this journey, but this happened.
Definitely a tornado here. Based on the radar, it is still containing large amounts of debris.
A lot of lightning flashes around it. It looks like, Greg, the mesocyclone may be right down almost on the ground. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, that's what we think, Jeff, that this has gotten basically so strong that the wall cloud is all the way to the ground and the tornado is embedded in it. The two have basically just merged into one big, strong, rotating storm.
So I ended up coming out here alone with the dead. Then the ghost who I came to see, Alistair, made his presence known through my radio. As soon as the radio started making funny noises, I realized it was a ghost. I immediately grabbed my camera and started recording. But for some reason, when I play it back, it had no video. But it did manage to capture the audio. I'm not sure why. Here's what I recorded. When I was a kid, I used to play my mother's records backwards, looking for hidden messages from Satan. Well, my mom had Johnny Mathis albums, and of course, there were no hidden messages there. But I know when someone is speaking backwards. And Alistair was speaking backwards. I guess since the astral plane is a parallel dimension, I don't really know how it works for sure. But anyway, I took that audio and I threw it into my computer, and I played it back, and I got this.
It can only end where it began. 3, 7, 2, 4, 3, 1, north, 1, 5, 7, 9, 3, 0, west, check, 4, left.
Alistair had given me a message. The message was something like, it has to end where it began. And the numbers that he called out when I entered them into Google, they were definitely coordinates. So Alistair told me to go to where it all began, which I'm assuming is going to be Roswell, New Mexico. And I think it's safe to assume that because on the drive home, away from Legion Field, I got a notification on my phone confirming a round-trip ticket to Roswell. It had already somehow been purchased for me in my name. I feel like this was the work of Alistair and the other members of the Order of the Master Key. So I packed a bag. And the next time we speak, I'll be in Roswell on my way to shut down Legion and Spider. Wish me luck. Also, this is the craziest game I've ever played in my life. I just hope it's